The hips across men and women is the most common place that unprocessed pain, fear, and trauma is stored in the body, especially the fight or flight responses that never got completed. Because when we experience fear, when we experience threat or trauma in any way, the body instinctively tightens the hips and the hip muscles. And this is done to prepare us to either run or protect ourselves. And if this action is never completed, like never followed through, meaning things like childhood accidents, emotional suppressions, then the tension actually gets stored in the tissue. And then the other side of that is the freeze or the fawn responses. So when we feel powerless or emotionally trapped, or like we have to go along with what's happening in order to survive, the hips often immobilize and they hold that immobility and the numbness and the emotional shutdown and the people pleasing in that area. And then, of course, there's emotional suppression that happens as well. And so because the hips are close to the root part of the body, like the root chakra, if you're working with chakras, the body can often carry that unspoken anger, the suppressed sexual energy or desires, the abandonment or the safety fears, the generational trauma, and it stores it all there because of this societal conditioning to hold it all together, to just put a good front on and suppress your emotions and deal with it later, but we never deal. We never deal with it. And so lastly, when someone's nervous system is stuck in high alert or in chronic stress, the hips will remain tight and reactive in a sort of like a just in case mode, just in case I need to run, just in case I need to protect myself, because your body is waiting for that impact and it thinks it's going to come. And symbolically, the hips are often where we stand and where we carry things. It's where we move from, it's where we move forward, backwards, sideways, up and down. So the stored pain here can reflect feeling unsupported, feeling abandoned, fear of change, emotional weight that's not ours, generational trauma. And some of the things that people can feel if there's emotional pain stored in the hips that they're not aware of is, of course, chronic tightness, chronic pain in your pelvis area, your glutes area, this sense of fatigue in the lower body, this feeling of numbness in the lower body, trouble moving forward in life, in relationships, in career. So I want to help you with an easy emotional release with something called EFT tapping. And this practice works by sending calming signals to your brain and your nervous system so that you can finally release what it's been holding on to as we tap. So this process will help you discharge survival energy that never got expressed. It will interrupt the fear loop that you might be experiencing without even knowing it, retrain your nervous system to feel safe in your body again. So let's do an EFT tapping sequence to help release emotional stored pain in your hips. And you just have to copy me and repeat after me. Actually, before we start, I want to do a rating. So from 0 to 10, I want you to rate the following sentence. 0 meaning it doesn't feel true, 10 meaning it feels very true. It is safe to heal the trauma I am holding in my hips. And if you feel comfortable, please leave your rating in the comments below and we'll come back to it at the end. Okay, so you're going to start on the side of the hand point and just follow after me. Even though there is tension in my hips, and I may not know why, I honor my body's wisdom and I allow it to feel safe again. Even though I've carried pain, fear, and memories here, I no longer need to force anything. And it is safe to feel safe. And even though my hips have held onto things that my mind couldn't, I am open and ready to release. Gently and at my own pace. There is tension in my hips. maybe from years ago, maybe from today. My body remembers what I tried to forget. All the moments I had to stay quiet. I had to stay still, small, and safe. I've carried emotions I didn't feel safe to feel. And I didn't have space to feel them either. Anger, grief, and fear. They got stuck in my body, especially in my hips. My hips have carried so much survival, so much silence. But survival is no longer my goal. Now I want to feel safe. So maybe I can let go of this. Maybe I no longer need to hold it anymore. My body has protected me well. And now it's safe to soften. The tension is real. But it no longer has to stay like this. I give my hips full permission to release. Release what they no longer need. What they held in silence and survival. It can all be released in safety now. I no longer need to explain the pain. In order to let it go. I no longer need to remember everything in order to heal. I am worthy of a life beyond survival. And my body naturally and instinctively knows how to release. So I'm granting it permission and finally listening. It is safe to feel safe in this release. It is safe to move forward. Even if moving forward has scared me in the past. It is safe to no longer sacrifice my peace. And my hips now hold peace and safety. Instead of this pressure. My body is mine again. I honor what it held and who I get to become now. I no longer carry survival in my hips. I carry freedom and safety. And I get to take up space without fear. I am safe to soften. I am safe to let go. I am safe in my body, and my hips are free to heal. And so it is. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for your willingness in this session. Let's re-rate the statement at the beginning from 0 to 10. 0 meaning it doesn't feel true, 10 meaning it feels very true. I feel safe to release the trauma and tension in my hips. And if you feel comfortable, please let me know what your ratings were before and afterwards in the comments. I recommend doing this video for 14 days daily, or you can do it twice a day. Come back and let me know how you feel or what this shifted for you. And if you are ready to go deeper into EFT tapping on the subject of trauma healing, body safety, body healing, I highly recommend my program, Heal with EFT. And if you click the link in my bio for a short time, there is a spontaneous discount waiting for you.